Hey guys, and welcome to the Lazy Lemon Creations podcast. I'm Lindsay. You can find me on Instagram as Lazy Lemon Creations, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lazy Lemon. This is my podcast all about my knitting, crochet, cross stitch, diamond painting, any sort of crafty thing that I happen to be working on. This episode's going to be all knitting, and yeah, this is episode 50. I am recording on, let's see here, let's look at the calendar. Thursday, April 2nd, and it is very late. It is like 9:57 at night, so it's like 10 o'clock at night. So this won't be up until tomorrow on the 3rd. But I wanted to jump on and go ahead and get this episode recorded while I had the time. So if you can hear the laundry in the background, ignore it. I'm a mom. Laundry is always going in my house. So I live in the heart of the New River Valley with my husband and our 2 kids, and everybody's asleep but me, as per usual. So let's go ahead and start with finished objects. There you go. I don't have any, considering the episode last week where I had finished a blanket and a pair of socks. This week, while I have been working on things, I don't have anything truly finished yet. So yeah. Now let's get into some whips though, because I do have progress on some whips and I am happy to show you guys. So the first whip that I have is in my bag from Happy Little Yarn. It is my orange knitting bag, and this has been my car knitting. So I've lost my voice. I've gained my voice back, sort of, kind of, but we had some sick kids. That happens, and therefore I got to do school pickup line for just one kid for like most of the week, and so with that I got to do my car knitting a lot more. So this is the blue muscle burr hat that I am working on. This yarn is Baby Bee Sweet Delights in the Baby's Blue colorway. I love this yarn. It is so soft. And this is how much I worked on it since I picked up the stitches and started knitting, which I picked up the stitches like not even a full finger's length above the stitch marker that's right there. And then I did all of that. Is that a drop stitch? Oh no, that's just a pulled stitch. Okay, that had me concerned for a second. I was like, no. But yeah, right there is where I was at the last time that you guys saw this hat with my little owl stitch marker from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. So we are going to go ahead and move him, and we're going to go ahead and put him way up here. Okay, he's going to hug those 2 stitches for me, and so then we will see how far he gets. Probably in the month of April. I don't know that I'm going to show this hat until, every week, because I'm only in the pickup line for maybe like 35 minutes each day, and so there's a lot more progress by the end of the month than there would be every single week. But that yarn is, that muscle burr hat is going to be for my son. I am knitting it on 16-inch Chow red lace needles. It is a size 2, which is a 2.75. That's what I knit all my muscle burrs on, regardless of the yarn, except like an actual like worsted weight yarn. But I don't care if it's fingering or this. This isn't fingering. This is probably a DK. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm using for it, and I love the fabric that it makes. So that is what is in this bag, along with my Kindle for reading as well. And then the next thing that I have been working on is in this bag, okay? From Mountain State Stitches. It's my pumpkin bag, but I'm going to change it. If you know what's supposed to be in here, you are going to be very excited to see what I have done. So in this bag is some yarn that was spun a long time ago. It is the Knit Picks Felici in the Buddy colorway. So I have the whole sock done, except my ends. I don't weave my ends in until the entire pair is done. But I've got the entire sock done with all my stitch markers. Okay? And if you notice, well, nope, you can't notice because I don't have it flipped to the right side. Okay? I don't have any stitch markers on my cuff. And that's because I have my cuff done for this second sock. So I guess this is a hoe. I have a buddy hoe done. My cuff is done here. It is 20 rows of knit 2, purl 2, so a 2x2 ribbing on my 32-inch Chalgu red lace size 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. I almost said hook, but it's a needle. These are needles. They're pokey. But yes, I've got the cuff casted on for these socks. I'm so happy. I sat down last Friday after getting the episode edited, done, and I just said, I'm doing it. I'm casting on the buddy. I've told myself I'm doing this for forever. So I did, and I got the entire sock done this week, and I got the cuff done, ready for the next one. So I have been so happy to get that started, and it has kicked me into gear for doing the Felici yarn, so that makes me so very happy. But then also this week, actually before the 1st, I got another yarn in the mail, and it is for April, and it is also in a Mountain State Stitches bag. This is my Christmas bag that I have from her, and I love it. Whew, I don't know what those flowers are. That was a big yawn. But this yarn, this is my Freckled Whimsy yarn. It is my Christmas yarn of the month. This is the April colorway. If you do not want to see it, go ahead and look away, because I'm going to show the label and I'm going to show the yarn, because once I finish these buddy socks, I'm casting this on and I'm getting this pair done in this month. Mark my words. I don't know who Mark is, but he needs to do his job. So I have the Freckled Whimsy. And this is the, like I said, it's the Christmas colorway. I get the Serendipity base, which is a 75-25. And the colorway name, I'm just bit my label, is Holly Jolly. Okay. This is the mini. This is the contrasting color. Look at that. Like, it's... The camera's kind of picking up a purple hue to it, and it does kind of have a purpley hue to it, but it is definitely like a steely gray blue, or blue gray. I don't know all my colors, but definitely like a steely, a dark blue purple gray that this has, and it is beautiful to go along with this beautiful cake. Look at this thing. It is so pretty. So her Christmas colorways are, this one is a 6-stripe repeat. So far all of them have been 6-stripe repeats. I know occasionally she does do 12 stripes, but this one is a 6-stripe, and I'm so excited. It is not caked on, but the needles and stitch markers and everything are in here ready to go once I finish my buddy socks. But I am just working on them. I will be working on them soon, because I have enjoyed knitting my socks in the month that I get the yarn. So then it is April 2nd. So let's go over our March stats real quick, really short. For the grams in, it was 125 grams. It was the Freckled Whimsy yarn that I got there, the sock set. It is 100 gram main skein and a 25 gram mini to go along with the contrast heels, toes, and cuffs, which is how I do them. And then the grams out, which mainly were the giant blanket that I did, and then a pair of socks. I did the March socks for the Freckled Whimsy as well, and that had put out 810 grams out of my stash. So that just means I have 810 grams more space. No, I don't. No, I really, really don't. If you don't believe me, go back and watch right before episode 49. I posted a vlog of organizing all of this yarn back here. That was just the yarn that was right here. I then also, off camera, organized, we have a closet under our stairs, our Harry Potter closet. I went in and organized it as well. And let's just say that Joann shouldn't have gone out of business for as much yarn as I have in that closet. I could open up a junior Joann's out of that Harry Potter closet down there with all the yarn that I have in there. And then also I have yarn from Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I have them in the giant bags that, like, you don't even know why they make a bag that big. Well, it's because of all the yarn that I have in that closet. That's why they make a bag that big. But yeah, that was off camera, and that was hefty to say the least. But yes, I do not have the space for any more yarn, which is why I have been working on knitting socks in the month that they come in, and also working through the Felici stash that I just now started, even though I have, I think the last time I counted, I had like 98 individual skeins of Felici. So like that would have been, what is that, 49 pairs of socks that I can make, 49 colors or something along those lines. It's not 49 colors, I will say that, because I have multiple skeins that are part of the same color. Like I think I had 4 buddies, and I have Psychedelic Sunset, and I have Gravity and Popular and Good Guy, and I have so many. Again, watch that vlog, you will see how many Felici skeins I have, and it is a lot. But let's jump into reading and watching. This is going to be a very quick episode because I want to go to bed, but I also wanted to film. So, conundrum. For reading and watching, I just finished this morning. I finished Dear Debbie from Frida McFadden. I read that on my Kindle because I have Kindle Unlimited, and I love her books. My first book that ever got me into the thriller genre was Verity, and that movie is coming out, and I am so excited for it. That book, I don't remember if it comes with trigger warnings, but it should. That is the only book that still to this day makes me so mad at a character, which to me tells me that it was so well written. If a character still sticks with you years after reading it and you are still mad about some of the things that they did, it was a very good written character. And I will say it is definitely not one-dimensional, and that book still to this day I can get into an argument over it with anybody. So that movie is coming out soon and I want to go see it. But anyway, that's what got me into the thriller genre. And so then I've read Frida McFadden, and I've read some others. I've started 2 Stephen King novels in the past, and I can't commit to a book that big that's not part of like a big series. So they just kind of got DNF'd for now. I hope to return to them. But then the other book that I am reading that is part of a series is Queen of Shadows. I finished Heir of Fire, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. And now I'm on the 5th book, which is Queen of Shadows. And the reason why I call it the 5th book is because I read Assassin's Blade 3rd, because the series is called Throne of Glass, not Assassin's Blade. So I don't read Assassin's Blade first, I read it 3rd. And I liked that I did that. It was very, very nice. But that is what I am currently reading right now to finish all of the Sarah J. Maas books prior to October, because ACOTAR 6 is coming out and I will be reading that when it is released. So I need that day off of work. And then as far as life goes, I lost my voice. Being a mom, it happens. Emrys has been sick, which is normal with everything. And then both kids have started in softball and t-ball. So Ellie is in softball and Emrys is in t-ball. His season hasn't officially started yet, but he has been running around with us to Ellie's softball practices. So he is getting that exposure and getting to join us, and he is loving every minute of it. So we are now spending the day at the ball field, and you can kind of see, like right in here, some sun exposure because I wore sunglasses and then didn't put sunscreen on, so I definitely got raccoon eyes from the sun. But I am so happy to be out on the field with the kids and just watching them play and enjoying it, which I'm not on the field, but I'm out at the field. There we go. That's a good way to say it. I'm at the field. But yeah, that's life. This is episode 50. I think we have like 261 subscribers or something like that, so that makes me happy. Let's get that number up if we can. So like and subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you guys on the next episode, which will be after Easter. Easter is this upcoming Sunday, the 5th of April. So tomorrow is Good Friday. The kids are off of school. Everybody will be home, and hopefully we can just take the day and enjoy the blessings that the Lord has provided for us all. So I will see you next week. Bye, guys.